Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Marcial. I am in Colorado and I'm being very safe. I have my mask, but there's no one around. I'm at Cheyenne Mountain, and I picked up this book for you guys because these are actually the animals that live in that area. Now we're not over there because it's probably not too safe, but I wanted to read to you a story about them. This is called The Long and Short Tale of Colo and Ruff. I want you to pay attention to the characters. I want you to pay attention to the problem if there is one, and the solution if there's a problem. But mainly, most importantly, I want you to remember the character traits. And when we say character traits, we talk about internal and external traits. So you actually might get to choose which character you want to choose, which you want to pick, and tell me about their internal and external traits. But you have to pay attention. Pounce! The Colo the Cougar Club just couldn't resist jumping on her mother's tail one more time. Mama Cougar lifted her head. Leave my tail alone and go find something else to do. Look, there's a feather blowing around. Go play with that. You can come in if you need to. Colo raced off, jumping from rock to rock as gusts of air pushed the feather this way and that way. With each jump, Colo's long tail helped her balance as she almost flew through the air. And did you know that cougars use their long tails for balance and steering as they leap or run? As Colo made one more jump, she heard a voice from the grass. I love how you jump. Who's that? Asked Colo. Just me, said the voice. It came from Ruff, a bobcat cub. You can jump so far, and you don't even get twisted up in the air before you come down. I wish I could do that. Bobcats are sometimes called wildcats. I really like this book because at the bottom it tells us certain facts about the animals that we're reading about. It's not so hard, said Colo. I'll do it again and then you can jump with me. Ruff climbed up on the boulder with Colo. They both crouched and then took off. Colo made it easily to the next boulder, but Ruff landed between the two rocks, barely staying on his feet. Cougars have very powerful rear legs and are strong climbers. I think I see the problem, said Colo. First of all, you're smaller than I am, so you can't jump as far. But also, you have a very short tail, and I think you might need a longer one for balance. I sure do, said Ruff. Yours is so long and beautiful. What's the matter with me? I'm sure nothing is the matter with you, but you do have an unusual tail. Colo thought for a moment. My mom said to go find something to do. Let's go find a new tail for you. Oh, said Ruff, what a wonderful idea. In just a few steps, they saw a lizard. Look at him, said Ruff. His tail is long and graceful. Maybe I could use that kind. As Ruff jumped toward the lizard to get a better look, his paw landed on the end of the lizard's long, slender tail. What happened next surprised both of the young cats. The tail stayed under the Ruff's paw, but the rest of the lizard ran off. Look at that, exclaimed Colo. That kind of tail breaks off. We better look for a different one for you. If you're looking for a new tail, are you going to want one that just comes off? Probably not. How about that one? Ruff said. He spotted a red-tailed hawk on a nearby branch. It's beautiful, and I've seen hawks change the shape of their tails while they're flying. I'd love to be able to do that. And did you know that birds can adjust their tail feathers to the shape they need for a fast flight, making turns or landing? So whatever they need to turn it to, that's what they can do. At that moment, a single feather came loose from the hawk's tail and fell to the ground. Uh-oh, cried Ruff. Her tail is coming apart. How strange, said Colo. She may be losing just one feather, but we better not take any chances. I'm sure a bobcat's tail shouldn't do that. How about a fancy one? Colo asked, as she spotted a skunk in the distance sporting a beautiful big black and white tail. It's gorgeous, exclaimed Ruff, and so fluffy. Let's go look. But the beautiful black and white tail was soon high in the air, and as the skunk sprayed a strong, stinky mist toward the pair of curious cats, and as Ruff and Colo dashed away, Wuff said, I don't think I want that kind. I need to hide, and I can't hide if I have a smelly tail. A gopher appeared in the nearby grass. Look, a gopher! Want to ambush him? Said Colo. Ambush? Asked Ruff. What does that mean? It means you hide until something passes and then you pounce on it. That sounds fun. And then what do we do with it? I don't know, said Colo. My mom hasn't told me yet. So they usually do that so they can eat them. But his mom hasn't taught him how to do that. His mom is just teaching him how to pounce. Just as they started to move, the gopher quickly turned and disappeared down her hole. The last thing the cat saw was the tip of her tiny tail. That gopher was so fast, exclaimed Ruff. And you know what else? She even had a tail shorter than mine. Hey, replied Colo. Maybe that's why she could turn around so easily. That's it, said Ruff. Cougars are strong and run fast, but bobcats have to be quick and agile. Maybe I'm built to move fast through the rocks and the grass, just like my mom. I guess I have a pretty handy tail after all. And speaking of moms, he continued, I need to go find mine because I'm getting real hungry. And off he ran with his short tail bobbing behind. Colo was hungry too, and she returned to her mother. She saw that the feather had floated back near the den. She made one more pounce and landed near the large cat once more. Her mother looked up and said, Aren't you clever, Colo? She said, to be able to entertain yourself with one feather all afternoon long. And that is the end of the book. So, boys and girls, remember, what did they want to do? They wanted to find him a new tail, right? Because they thought that his didn't work properly. But what was actually, what happened at the end? Make sure you paid attention. If you don't, you can go back and rewatch it. And you're going to take the quiz after watching this. Bye!